Hello, my name is Joe Hagan. Today, I am going to be presenting to you an analysis of locations that can be suitable for a Topgolf in Spokane, in an area of Spokane. So first thing is, why Topgolf? So Topgolf is a driving range, as you can see, but it is more of a family-friendly, inclusive environment that's not just centered towards golfers or people who really like golfing, and it's more of a place where an unexperienced and maybe people who aren't really looking to get better at golf, just want to go have a good time with friends. That's what this is focused towards. It's also a very good place for things such as like company fundraisers and other sort of events and just birthday parties or etc. Things like that. So the factors that we took into account, the first factor was land availability. So we took the land use data from Spokane County and incorporated and then figured out which ones were vacant land and then what was occupied by one thing or another. And the vacant land can be seen in the green around the map here on the left. And then the second thing was taking into consideration the wetlands, and just like as an environmental factor, we wanted to make sure that we weren't too close. Too close to a wetland, so we weren't encroaching on that environment and that the species that depend upon that environment. So we are going to be at least 1,000 feet from the center of the wetlands. So that can be seen in the blue and blue shaded areas around the map here. And then the third thing is we want to be close to roads. So we want to be within 1,000 feet of a road, or 1 mile of a road, not 1,000 feet, but within 1 mile of a road. And that it can be seen here in the shaded gray area. And then finally, the last consideration, suitability consideration we took into account, was slope. And that slope data was taken from a DEM model, which is just an elevation model, and converted into percent slope. So as you can see, that the green area is where it's flatter, and so what we want is something that is a little bit flatter. It can have a little bit of percent grade to it, but not completely. We just don't want it to be completely. We don't want it to be really anything above around 30%. So the red and the yellow areas is not where we're going to be looking to be for the most part. We want to tend to stay more where it's flatter in the green. So in order to combine all these considerations in a way that then produces a map that shows where land is available, what we did is we took all these different, so like the percent grade and whether or not, so the percent grade was put on a scale of 0 to 1, which with the lower slopes being closer to 1, and then each of these conditions, occupied land was given a 0. But vacant land, wetlands, and within 1 mile was all given a 1. And when those were combined, we found the locations where it's where it's green. That means it. That's where it is within 1 mile of a road. It is not near a wetland, and it is on available land. And whereas the places that are lighter red, it is also within 1 mile road, and it is also has low enough slope, but it is not on vacant land. But then where it's dark red, that means it is not. It is within a 1 mile of a road, it is not within, and it was not within. It's further enough from a wetland, but it is on too steep land, and it is on vacant or occupied land. So we aren't going to want to go to those locations. But as you can see, there are still a number of available locations in the green where it is relatively low slope, within 1 mile of a road, and is on occupied land, and is not near a wetland. It's not within 1,000 feet of a wetland.